All right. Hey world, Tiffany Stacy here, aka Tiffany Wilson, and I'm the owner of Tiffany Stacy Photography and Video LLC. And I provide weekly video tips to help you create better content. So today I got to do something real quick. We're going to talk about using video to get over your fear of public speaking, because that's a really huge thing. And I am living proof that you can work through that. I've been working through it for a long time now. And I credit video for helping me to get through that, along with some other things. So before we get to that, I want to at least give you guys plug. I have a checklist. If you want to create better content, I have a checklist that you can sign up for. If you just go to the link in the description and you can sign up, and you'll get a lovely checklist from me. So it will help you kind of keep in line what kind of, when you're creating video content, it'll keep you in check as far as what you need to make sure that video is successful. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. I have to get up on here. I'm always sitting away from the mic. But I'm a person that talks with their hands, so that it comes with the territory, I guess. So, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, please comment, like, and subscribe. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell too. So, here, I always like to share this with everybody. Shameless plug. I'm all about looking your best. So I provide professional video production, video editing, and photography services. And on the photography front, I provide headshots, personal branding, and event coverage. So I am here if you need me. As a video editor and also working in video production, I take your existing footage if you have some. I also create footage, but I know that in certain circumstances, people need services like this with their existing footage. So I turn their existing footage into something that looks professional and polished. I've edited various projects, including speaker reels, YouTube videos, social media videos. So, all that good stuff. Client testimonials, real estate fundraising, you name it, I've done it. So, hey, if you need my services, please feel free to reach out to me at the email below, which is contact@tiffanystacy.com. Yay! So, all right. So as some of you know, you may know this. You've probably heard this before. The number one fear that most people have is the fear of public speaking. Number two is death. So I always think this is kind of wild. And trust me, I've struggled with public speaking, so I get it. But I always think that, wow, people are willing to be laid up in the coffin and then have to give a speech to people, to an audience. And I can understand that's an understandable fear. I've had to work through it probably a good portion of my life. And I can pretty much remember pretty early on, kind of struggling with it. I remember in kindergarten, I was one of those kids that was like, I had the answer, I would raise my hand. And then when the teacher called on me, I would completely forget. Like, I would be so excited about giving my answer and I would totally forget. And so I did that a number of times. And I'm pretty sure my teacher did say something to my mom about this. Like, she gets really excited and then she forgets about what she wants to say. So this has always been just something that I always wanted to overcome as far as public speaking, is not getting up there and completely forgetting what I need to say. And honestly, that's happened, but it's not happening the way that I thought it would. So it's just me getting kind of my own way. In high school, I remember having class projects that I had to present, and it was super nerve-wracking. And I just knew that, this is maybe not something I'm cut out for. And then, of course, I went to school for broadcast journalism, of all things. And, with broadcast journalism, you have to be on camera. You have to stand in front of a camera. You have to do stand ups. And those things I absolutely hate it. When you see those live shots where people are like reporting in the field somewhere and they're, telling about what's going on and what's going on in the scene. Yeah, I had to do that with a lot of my projects and I hated every second of it. And actually, I wanted to show you all a video of me. Up on Temple Update, want to go green? We'll show you how. That video always cracks me up because I remember showing the clip to a producer at I interned at CBS 3 in Philadelphia, and I remember showing it to her, and she's like, "Let go of that cord." But I remember that particular scene because I remember I was standing there. I was in front of, I guess they were taking some recycling bins, and there was like a crowd kind of gathering, and they were all watching me, and it freaked me out. So I get it. I know what it's like to freeze up and not be yourself. And so that is why I wanted to share a few tips on how you can get better at public speaking using video. If this is something you can relate to, please feel free to share with me because this is huge. I am here to help you work through that because I get it. And also, I want to share with you that I not only did I work through this field with video, but I joined Toastmasters. I was part of improv comedy group. I did all of it just to get through this, and it's helped. But I believe video is really given me some comfort in terms of really being able to express myself. And the big thing is you can do it in the comfort of your own home and you can do as many takes as you want. Now with live it's a little different, but you know, with video, if you're going to end up editing whatever you put out there, you could do as many takes as you want and no one's ever going to know that you struggled with speaking in public. So here are a few tips and make sure I created these little slides. Here are a few tips on how you can get better with using video. First and foremost, and I'm glad to move over, is to record yourself speaking. As I was just saying, you will be able to see yourself and see how you present, and you'll be able to honestly critique yourself. Trust me, you guys, I constantly am critiquing myself whenever I do videos. It doesn't matter if I do it, where it's pre-recorded or if I'm doing a live stream like it. I constantly am critiquing myself and figuring out, okay, I like what I did there. I hate that I used so many filler words during this video, which is what I'm trying to curb. It is very hard. filler words are just like the death of me, but I'm working on it. I see it, and it's a problem I'm trying to correct. Also, here's the thing. I think sometimes when you're out there speaking in public or if you're doing a video, you think you look super nervous, but we can't see that. We can't see how nervous you look. And I realized this when I actually, when I was in Toastmasters, I would record myself and I would review it. And I'm like, okay, I didn't look as bad as I thought I was, even though I was like shaking internally, shaking like a leaf. It wasn't, I looked pretty confident. So just having to work through that and seeing that people can't really see what's going on with you internally. It's what you can feel it, you know it, but people can't see it. So another thing is that you get used to being under pressure with video. I remember the biggest thing with Toastmasters is that they wanted to kind of get you ready for if you were put on a spot, if a camera was put in your face, something happened, and you just so happened you were a witness, and it's like, what do you say? You don't freeze up. And that's why we do video. And I've actually have heard people that I've coached over the years that it's prepared them for what would happen in terms of being on the news. And unfortunately, when they did eventually have to do a story on the news, it was such a breeze for them to get through it because I had been coaching them for so long that it was nothing. They were confident. They were cool. Well, I should say cool, calm, and collected on air. And as I said, you catch yourself using filler words when you pretty much record yourself. and you see all the mistakes that you make. But I don't believe in mistakes. I think that that's something you have to constantly work through. And again, if you forget something, no one's going to know that you forgot, something that you were supposed to say on your script. You're only going to know that. So, hey, it's a work in progress when it comes to this type of stuff. Oh, hey, Wise, what's going on? So I don't struggle with public speaking per se, but I've got some tips that I believe will work for others. It's really almost like acting. Yeah, share those tips because I'll share those on here, Wise, please. So also, next up is do live video. So as I always say, I like to say that I love live video because I just don't know what's going to happen. It gets me completely out of my comfort zone. I do get nervous still, even though I feel like I've been doing this for like 3 months now. I still get nervous. I say a prayer before before I go on air. I'm like, please, I just hope I don't forget anything, and I'm able to convey my thoughts the way I'm supposed to. So that's the biggest thing. That's why I say, like, if anything, try an improv class, but maybe before you start getting into video, try an improv class because having to think on the spot it's a real skill. So I would say definitely try that. If anything, with live, you really learn how to recover. So I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did a video and I completely screwed up on my script, completely screwed up on it. And I was so embarrassed. I watched the playback and I'm like, you know what? That didn't look as bad as I thought it did. So, yeah, you just learn how to recover. You learn how, and the thing is, when you're out there in the field, when you're actually public speaking live, you'll know how to recover because you've seen how you present yourself when you do go live. So it's not really that bad. You just have to do it. And so hey, if this resonates with you, please feel free to share a comment on this live, like it. Please hit a girl up on algorithms because I need some help. Anyway, let's go move on to, and I gotta move out the way. Turn your presentation. So this is more of an idea, is to turn a presentation into a video. So whether you do it wherever you're at, wherever you end up presenting, you can create that into a video, or you can just take whatever you have and create a video of yourself at home. So I'm a firm believer in killing two birds with one stone. So if you're a public speaker, I believe that you should always be recording yourself because you just never know. And of course, as I said, if you're a public speaker, I can help you edit edit that video into something that looks professional and polished. Shameless plug. So again, you can use this as your portfolio. People can see what you do, and hopefully that'll lead you to your next gig. And next up, I hate to say this, but as they say, the more you do it, the better you become. I can seriously say that I've become better. Even in the course of the last 8 months that I started doing these videos, I can see how just my comfort level has changed over time. And I'm just I feel like I'm a better public speaker. And even when I go to meetings and I have to speak, and I can feel like I can feel the nervousness, but I feel like I'm very much in control. And I'm like, I have my notes here. I can just, briefly look down and I have everything that I need there. If in case my brain gets the best of me and I completely forget, my notes are there. So again, nothing bad will happen. I mean, it could happen, but the more you do it, the less likely of a chance there is for something bad to happen. And I know this as a Toastmaster, it's it's true. I always thought I was just gonna bomb a presentation, and I didn't. It came out okay. So, hey, you're always gonna be nervous, as someone told me. If you're not nervous, then I don't know. I guess you have no soul. You're going to get nervous. It's going to happen. So it's just, as they say, managing that nervousness and working through that is really key. So let's see what's going on in the chats. Yeah. Okay. Why I said one. Okay. Let me see if I can bring this up. Chat overlay. Oops. Let me get this graphic out the way. Ooh. Show. All right. So let's see. Let me read this. I'm going to read it first. Um, so Wise says one of the things that have truly helped is what you've already said is record yourself. We never know like how we sound, but that's how we sound to everyone else. But I always write speeches and speak in the mirror. I just like walking around to an imaginary crowd pretending it's a full room. But how it works now when I'm in front of a real crowd, they become somewhat invisible. I don't fixate and anyone's eyes, but I look in the direction of the viewers. Oh, I can actually attest to that. So here's a thing. I learned that if I don't wear my glasses, then I can't really see people's expressions because actually that's what really freaks me out is seeing people's expressions. I'm like, are they bored? Are they not understanding what I'm saying? It is like, yeah, that's a big thing for me. So I definitely agree with that. So don't it's okay to make eye contact, but sometimes it's just bad. At least for me, it is. So, and also he goes on to say, let me see if I can bring this up. Practice makes perfect is so true. Speaking is so different from writing. I have a speech impediment, but my past as a music performer has helped me with public speaking. I'm always nervous, but I turn the nerves into fuel. And they say that like sometimes that when you do have to speak in public, sometimes it is good to have nerves because then the way you're able to convey a point, you're more excited, but it's nerves. But hey, that's what I was saying. Like, I think it's good to have that because it shows people that I think at the end of the day, you really care about that topic. If you didn't care, then you just wouldn't care. And it would show. It wouldn't be the delivery would be kind of off. So I think it's good to have nerves. I do. Sometimes I wish I can control it a little bit more, but yeah. So thanks, Deb. That's a really nice comment. Thank you. She said it's nice educational message. Yeah, that's what I try to do. And I had to actually get out of my own way for a longest time. It took me years to kind of work through this and say like, I've experienced a lot, and I think a lot of the things that I try to present on these videos, I'm living proof that these things work. It's not. I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to, just get my name out there. No, these things are true. So I'm a big proponent about with video, and I enjoy it, and I at least try to. I hope I'm able to convey the points that I need to convey on here. So if anybody else, if this message is resonating with you, please feel free to like or share a comment on this live because I'm here to help people, and please share because I am getting ready to probably get out of here. But anyway, hopefully this was enough for all of you out there. I just want to give you some quick tips. Um, if anything, please feel free to sign up for my checklist if you want to get better at video content and having a checklist. I'm a big person on checklists, so I love checklists. So I hope that will be resourceful for you. And if anything, if you like this content, if you're watching this on the replay, please feel free to share a comment. I do respond back. I always do. And I love to hear everybody's insight because I know that public speaking is such a big thing that people struggle with. And it's really important for if you're building your professional career, it's super important. It's not one of those things that you can just skate by. You have to do it, unfortunately. But but again, you just have to learn how to manage all of that stuff. So I will be back next week. So any if you can comment, like, and subscribe, that's perfectly fine. All right. See you next week. Bye.